Hi everyone, it's Joy. So, have you ever had one of those days where you just can't seem to get it right? I tried to put lashes on today and I totally screwed up my eye, so I had to take off the eye makeup and put it all back on again on one eye. So, and then I kept getting mascara balled up on my lid. Anyway, and I knew I wanted to film this today so I could upload it tomorrow. This is Drugstore versus High-End, part 2. So, I got a lot of products. We have to get going, because if it goes over 10 minutes, then I can't upload it anyway. First of all, brows. Cork from MAC versus e.l.f. Drugstore. Cork. Absolutely wins. I didn't enjoy using a pencil. That's not saying that if I could have used something else, then that would have worked better. I did try to use one of the shadows in my Sonia Kashuk palette, and that was okay, but I love my cork, so I would definitely reach for my cork. Next is blush. Let's do blush. And what I'm going to compare, because I used this a couple of times, is my Jane, oh, that lighting was weird, the Jane blush in Peach Bouquet, and that's this one right here, and you can see where I used it a whole bunch. So yay! And I'm going to compare that to my designer high-end Tom Ford in Savage. And you can see where I've used this one a bit. I try not to mess up the embossed thing. And I gotta tell you, sorry, Tom Ford. Goes on really well, blends out really well. The Jane was not bad, so if you're on a budget and you want to use Drugstore, I would say go ahead and go with the Jane. I also used the Hard Candy in Honeymoon 127, and I really liked this one. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. But I was comparing this one to my Skin Finish MAC in Fairly Precious, and this one won out every time. I love the way that these blend and just go on, no patchiness, because I have older skin, dry skin, and I find that the Drugstore, I have to work with it way more than I do my higher end items. I don't know if they put moisturizing elements in them for older ladies, but I find that they blend out much nicer on my skin. So there's that. Bronzer. I was comparing my NYC Sunny, which I liked. It was nice, to the Bobbi Brown bronzer. And you know, that one is tough to say. The NYC was really good. For bronzer, I don't use a ton of bronzer. I just kind of contour a little bit with the bronzer. So this could go either way. I think when it gets summertime, when I start putting bronzer all over my face, I'll have a better idea. But I would go with NYC. I would go with the Sonia Kashuk bronzer. Now, if I was comparing it to my Chanel de Soleil tan, I would go with the Chanel. But if you're just going to go with, you know, just a basic bronzer, even the Too Faced bronzer, I reach for that one all the time, the Too Faced, because I like the smell too. And it goes on really smoothly. So I would probably reach for my high-end, so I think the high-end would win. But a lot of that is too placement. All my Drugstore stuff is underneath my vanity, and my high-end stuff is in the drawer next to my vanity. So I think if I were to incorporate all my Drugstore with my high-end items, which I have done with my concealers, I would probably reach for it more often. But I like this one. The NYC, I would reach for that one if I stuck it in the right drawer. Okay, the Hard Candy Tiki, I really like this one. This one is a really good highlight color. Let me see if I can get a better lighting on that one. But I was comparing that one to the Kevyn Aucoin Candlelight, and this one just goes on super, super silky. I need to get my nails done, so don't look at my nails. I just got my hair done. Yay! Nails are next. I'm running out of hours in the day to get all my personal stuff done. I've been taking care of my dad, so I haven't had time for myself. Okay, there, you can't even tell that, you can't even see the difference on those. The natural lighting, it's overcast today, so it's just like bright. But I really, really like the Kevyn Aucoin because that one goes on really smooth on my face. Okay, next is cream shadows. And I was comparing the Maybelline Color Tattoos with the MAC and the Chanel. And that's a toss-up because if you're on a budget, I would definitely say go with the Maybelline Color Tattoos. They're awesome. They're every bit as good as the Chanel and the MAC. I tend to reach for the Chanel and the MAC just because I have them and I hear that the Chanel dries out, so I want to use it before it dries out. So I reach for this one way more. And I like the MAC one because originally it was the only one that I had in the matte, but my daughter found the Maybelline tattoos in the matte, which you've all heard me talk about that forever. So I put a pretty good dent in the matte ones. So yeah, I would say go with the color tattoos on those. I think those win. Those are awesome. Shadows, for me, the shadows are high-end every time. The Sonia Kashuk shadows are really good. My daughter says that those would be considered high-end drugstore. NYX, she said, would also be considered high-end drugstore. So those are the only ones I really have to compare it with. And those are good, I would say. And also the Jane shadows I hear are good. And I have one Jordana shadow that my daughter gave me that I like. So I would say any of those are good. I don't have any Wet n Wild shadows, so I can't speak to those, but I love the high-end shadows. I love palettes. I have MAC. I love singles. I have Laura Mercier single shadows. I love them. They just, Burberry, I don't have any Tom Ford though, woo! But they just blend out really, really, really well on the eyes. So I would pick high-end on those, but there's nothing wrong with drugstore shadows. I'm a fan of them. The ones that I've used, I really, really like them. Lips. I use the Kate Rimmel. That's this one right here that I was using this week. And I was comparing it to what I have on today, which is Tom Ford in Pink Dusk. And y'all know how I feel about Tom Ford lipsticks. They're my favorites. So these win. I love them. Love them, love them, love them. I think I only have 3, but I feel lucky to have 3, and I love them. Okay, lip liners. The MAC, I'm comparing the Boldly Bare lip pencil, this one, with the Rimmel London Natural. So there's Boldly and there's Natural. And these two are, I would reach for either one of these. I don't think you need to spend a ton of money on high-end lip pencils. I think the drugstore ones are just fine. So I think drugstore would win on that, especially if you're on a budget. Mascaras, y'all know how I feel about mascaras. I'm comparing the Mally to the Rocket. Rocket wins every time. I've tried, I don't think there is a mascara high-end that I have not tried. If there is, it's probably in my sample box and I'm gonna try it, but I would say save your money, just buy it. There's a drugstore mascara out there for you that works really well. So there's my comparisons. I hope you're all doing good. I'm at 8 minutes and 52 seconds, so I made it. Yay! Hope you're all doing great, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye!